Lewis Hamilton, the world champion of Formula One racing, is a British racing driver and has been the champion for 4 consecutive years. He was born in Stevenage, England on January 7, 1985. Lewis Hamilton is currently living in Monaco with his girlfriend Nicole Scherzinger and their daughter. Hello guys, welcome back to F1 Freaks. There's a rumor going around that Lewis is losing his edge. And is he really? Watch the video till the end because we are going to go through Hamilton's previous losses and wins to really find out if he has lost his edge of the sport. Lewis Hamilton has been an integral part of the Mercedes team since 2013. He's won 5 world championships with the team, including 4 consecutive titles. From 2014 to 2017, Hamilton has won 43 Grand Prix and is the only driver to win a race in every single season of Formula One since 2010. He's also the highest earning athlete of 2018 according to Forbes. So when Hamilton was asked whether he would like to race in NASCAR, the world's premier stock car racing series, after F1 comes to an end, he responded with an emphatic no. "Nope," Hamilton said. "I think that's much further away than what I'm thinking about." Lewis Hamilton struggles in 2018 and how he can get back on track. Lewis Hamilton is one of the most successful Formula One drivers in history. He has won 4 world championships and has been on the podium a total of 116 times. Yet this season he has had a tough time getting back on track. Hamilton's struggles can be attributed to many factors. His teammate Valtteri Bottas has outperformed him in 2018, and Ferrari's Sebastian Vettel has been more consistent than him as well. But Hamilton can get back on track by focusing on what he does best: driving fast, winning races, and being competitive at every race. Hamilton has a significant lead over teammate Valtteri Bottas in terms of championships won. In 2018, Hamilton's team, Mercedes-AMG Petronas Motorsport, have their first season with new partner Valtteri Bottas as his teammate. The season began poorly for Hamilton as he finished 2nd place in the Australian Grand Prix to Bottas. In the next 3 races, Hamilton finished in 4th, 5th, and 7th place respectively. By contrast, Bottas finished 2nd place in the next 3 races and won the Chinese Grand Prix. This poor start for Hamilton led to his worst ever championship finish at that time of 6th place with 64 points compared to Bottas finishing with 67 points. Also, if you guys are loving the content so far, please let us know by smashing the like button and also make sure you hit the subscribe button. What went wrong for Lewis Hamilton in 2018? The Formula One World Championship Lewis Hamilton had a horrible 2018. He crashed out of the lead at the start of the first race in Melbourne. He was then disqualified from an event for having an illegal part on his car. He was then involved in a collision with Sebastian Vettel, which forced him to retire from the race. Despite this, he has won a record-equaling 5th World Championship title and has broken multiple records such as most pole positions, most fastest laps, and most career points. Despite all these successes, it is clear that Hamilton's performance was not up to par compared to previous years. However, this does not mean that Hamilton will not be able to bounce back next year and reclaim his throne as Formula One World Champion. Lewis Hamilton's biggest challenge in 2019, the mental game. Lewis Hamilton is one of the most successful Formula One drivers of all time. He has won more Formula One races than any other driver in history. But he has had some struggles with mental health in the past. In 2018, Lewis Hamilton had a tough season and ended up coming 4th in the driver standings. In order to improve his mental game, Lewis Hamilton has been working with a sports psychologist named Paddy Lowe, who was previously at Mercedes F1 team, which is Lewis's current team as well. Their goal is to make sure that Lewis can deal with pressure better and focus. Lewis Hamilton in Miami Grand Prix 2022. Lewis Hamilton is one of the most successful Formula One drivers in the world. He has won 4 world championships and is currently leading this year's championship. His success has been attributed to his natural talent, dedication, and skill. It was a shock to many when Lewis Hamilton lost his 4th title to Nico Rosberg in 2016. It was a tough pill for Lewis to swallow, but he handled it well by congratulating Nico on his victory and being gracious about it. The loss of the race was not just a loss for Lewis, but also a loss for Formula One, as they were losing their most popular driver. His first of many mistakes came in Italy at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, where he slid off into the gravel at Tossa while trying to lap Russell in the Williams. This was a very uncharacteristic mistake for Sir Lewis Hamilton, and he put it down to impatience with the back markers. He did, however, manage to redeem himself slightly and finish in second place with the fastest lap. Hamilton had a very disappointing weekend in Monaco too. Not only did he have a terrible qualifying session, managing only 7th place, he couldn't even convert that into a top 5 finish on race day. Whilst this wasn't down to a single mistake that Hamilton made, it did bring to light some concerns about his prowess out on the track. In addition to this, Lewis slipped up in his post-race interview, explaining that it was a very poor team performance, which ruffled some feathers. The French GP wasn't Hamilton's finest hour either. However, this wasn't entirely his fault, and a perfectly executed strategy from Red Bull was the nail in the coffin of Hamilton's first-place dreams. While Lewis Hamilton did have the lead for the majority of the race, he wasn't able to recreate Silverstone 2020 and push his tires all the way to the end. Max Verstappen overtook him on the penultimate lap when he was on a much fresher set of tires. After his controversial runner-up position in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix against Max Verstappen, fans are heated for the comeback of Lewis. But in the latest Miami Grand Prix, Hamilton has secured the 6th position for his team Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton versus Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton versus Max Verstappen is a debate that has been raging on for some time. Who's the best Formula One driver? Both drivers, who are widely considered to be one of the best in F1 history, have had some incredibly intense battles in recent years. Hamilton leads Verstappen by a mere 1 point with 79 to Verstappen's 80 after 3 races of the 2018 season. And if you really want to know the complete comparison of these two amazing Formula One drivers, then make sure you subscribe to the channel, because that video is coming soon. What do you guys think about Lewis Hamilton losing his edge? Do you believe so too? Let us know in the comments.